she's doing her persuasive influence, but she is rarely persuaded. She is quite stubborn. And she's a very focused person. She works for Titan. Earlier she used to work for Hero MotoCorp. And she's in sales and she is a very dynamic go-getter. And once she sets her mind on a target, she goes the Hero motorbike full speed. She has been in our club. She has formed the sports group and regularly calls people for badminton and followed by breakfast, which undoes some of the calories. But I think we all have a lot of fun. Before I call her on stage, some new members, new guests have come in. Can you please switch off your phone or put it on silent mode? So, off? Anybody else? All right. So our first speaker, just would like to read the title of the speech, which was just sent in the morning. Yeah. A second. Can I? All right. We ready to call the first speaker? Toastmaster Deepika. Toastmaster Deepika, are conflicts good?
How many of you like conflicts? Some 5-6 people I see, they like conflicts. And how many of you have never gone into conflicts? Everyone has at some point of lifetime, right? Good morning, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmasters, and my dear guests. Even I have gone into conflicts many times in my life, and I think it's part and parcel of everyone's life, be it at home, be it at workplace, or be in Toastmasters. We go with conflicts almost day in and day out. Now the question is, are conflicts good? Many of the people will say it's not good because it leads to a lot of hatred, anger, criticism. But I will say conflicts are good. Why they are good? They are good because if you don't get into conflict itself, you will have some problem and you will keep it in your mind. And what it will lead to? It will lead to Cold War. Suppose you get into a conflict with your spouse about something and you're keeping it to yourself and not discussing. So you will have this differences, okay, my husband doesn't listen to me, doesn't understand me. You're not discussing, but you're assuming everything. So it's good to resolve the conflicts, and for that, it's not easy. Not everyone is efficient at resolving conflicts. So that's why it's become very important to know the steps and the strategies to resolve conflicts. And conflicts can happen between 2 of you, and conflicts can also happen between 3 of us. And at times when you are in conflict with your husband or wife, there would be no other person to resolve that conflict. It's only you who will have to resolve, because in between generally when a conflict arises between husband and wife, no one wants to intervene. That's a rule. Because they say later these people will get together and I will be the person who will be criticized. But there would be some times when you will have to resolve the conflict, when you will have to mediate, like at workplaces. Suppose you're a team leader and there are 2 team members who are not gelling well on some idea, then you will have to resolve the conflict, because it will not lead to, if there is a conflict between 2 people, it will not lead to a solution, or it will not lead to progress of the project. Or even in Toastmasters, suppose you are the leader of the ExCom, president like Prashad, there could be a conflict between 2 of the ExCom members, maybe with respect to some anniversary meeting, some planning. One person will say, no, I want to do this. The other person will say, no, I want to go with something else. So there would be times like this where the other person will have to intervene. Now let me give you an example wherein I recently went into a conflict, personal conflict with my husband. So recently my maid who used to do the dishes stopped coming. And now I thought I should buy a dishwasher. When I approached my husband with this idea, he did not agree. He said dishwasher is a waste. You will have to do a lot of work before, and it will also occupy a lot of space. The other thing is also that it's costly. So I listened to his everything. Now we discussed like what are the pros and cons. So coming to the space thing, we discussed, yes, it will take a bit of a space, but do we not have that space? We have that space. And what are the pros? Pros will be that when the maid is not coming, we can do the dishes on our own without it consuming a lot of time. The second thing about being it costlier, so we pay 2,000 for the dishes to maid if the dishwasher comes at 46,000. So even if with the electricity cost and cost of operating the machine, it will cost around 1,000 per month. So even with 1,000 saving every year, in the 4 years we will break even, and then we will have advantage of having the dishwasher. So we discussed on all the pros and cons, and ultimately we bought a dishwasher recently, that too at a very cheap price, 27,000. Somehow we got a very good offer at that time. So what are the techniques which I employed in this? First, I listened attentively to my husband, whatever he was saying, why he is saying. The second thing which I employed is we discussed the pros and cons, which is negotiating all the solutions. The third thing which I employed is I was listening to him with respect. I was not saying that you don't listen to me, you are always like that. Rather, I used techniques like by your saying this, I feel that this is not right. So whenever you get into a conflict, always don't go into blaming the other person. Always use the word I. I feel this because of that. So the other person also tries to understand your point of view. Now these techniques can be employed even when you are trying to resolve the conflict of other two parties. Listen to them attentively, help them be respectful to each other, help them with negotiating pros and cons, and then you can resolve the conflict. As Robert Regan said, peace is not the absence of conflict, but it is the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means. Over to you, Toastmaster.
This is how good